End zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie for us.
It's week 6 of the NFL, and we've got Byron Murphy.
And we are underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now Murray off play action. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Rams, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
First carry for Najee Harris. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a
big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. The Cardinals in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Harris running straight ahead. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's number 1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes. Other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. 7 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go. But sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. Now Murray. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. Nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
A seasoned veteran. We're seeing more chapters being added in Stafford's decorated career. Secured a Super Bowl ring, remains a respected leader, and his stats are better than ever. Now we just continue to watch him climb the ranks of the NFL's all-time passing leaders.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On second and 11 now. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 26 and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Stafford looking underneath. He's got Akers. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Murray now. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner didn't get fooled by anything in front of him. Kept his coverage all the way down the sideline in the deep third position and makes the interception.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Murray. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
They'll come out in the pistol. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. LaVisca Chenault, his first touchdown on the year, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Patterson, up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Rams ready to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Play action. Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I
like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
They'll be open to pop one, break one here this go-around. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'll guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On play action, it's Murray. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Rolling to his right. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. So nothing doing there, and that's going to make it 4th down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Yeah, it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Returnable here for Callaway.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Cardinals to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Murray's throwing to the hands of Pickens, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. Whitfield. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 30. 52 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now here's another carry for Harris. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Finds Pickens out right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion. And now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Najee Harris with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number one, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First down, Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Murray to air it out again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now Callaway on the return. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They run with Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play fake. Murray. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 18. Now it's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stafford now to throw.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Cards will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Rams have got it back.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they caught one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Throwing again on second down. Stafford.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. first down at Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Again at Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw, Stafford. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll try the left side. Whitfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Harris. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Murray. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in the game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Arizona, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half.